Hello survivors, welcome to the garage, the biggest vault of knowledge in the wastes. You're watching the most detailed and fun show made for true fans of Crossout. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon never to miss another one of our videos ever again. See it first, straight from the devs themselves. Buckle up fellas, it's go time. After all major cities turned into mass graves, most of the few surviving people feared to venture back into the ruins for a long time, preferring the familiar safety of smaller and more secluded places. But the sheer need to trade and use the tech of the civilization that is now dead made some brave loners or even whole gangs of raiders try their luck in these dreaded places. The so-called Central is one of the major post-apocalyptic settlements that form naturally over time right next to the necropolis. The buildings and workshops of the old Powerplant are now covered in shoddily made shanties built as far away from the ground as possible. This place is under constant threat from raiders, but there's still even more dangerous things out there at night. Few people stay outside of their homes for long. The Powerplant is a capture-type map. Despite the apocalypse, the plant is still functioning, well, mostly. I wonder if someone still has video games there and you can trade them for rat pelts? What? I got some to trade. This map is mostly linear, so no sneaking around back unnoticed here, no sir. There are some thermal power plant units in the middle that divide the map in several lanes. One such lane has some railroad tracks and a bunch of derelict train cars. These cars are scattered around, making for some nice and tough cover for you and your foes. Use displays for mobile combat only. Also, this is where most of the hot-headed drivers will be to score some early frags or simply wait it out in ambush or otherwise. The other major area has an empty garage that is located next to a back street and a short-dried canal. You can use it for some shooting and scooting or to lure your enemy into it. A foe pushed in there or tipped over on the bottom of the canal is an easy frag to make. The third lane is yet another canal located in between two huge plant smokestacks. Like the previous route, this one is narrow and long. This got to be the most dangerous place in the entire map. A single well-armored ride with long-range guns can hold the fort pretty much alone for the entirety of the round. The crates in the middle can be used for cover, but regardless, this place is not for the faint of heart. If you go there, you better be ready to go fast. Firefights begin almost instantly on this arena, so choose your tactics quick. It's going to be up close and personal around those train cars, but it's still the best place for mobile and high-speed combat. Middle ground with the garage and the ditch is where all dramatic battles are fought. Should you wish to try your luck there, your ride must be able to survive at least 2 or 3 serious hits. Canals can be used for maneuvers or as a place for a sniper duel. The further you move up the lane, the higher the stakes. This map tolerates no compromise. Only extremely heavy or very light machines can be truly effective here. The former can hold the line in tight places, while the latter slip past to capture the flag. While long-range weapons can be especially effective, exploiting the lanes of the map. Let's talk about a couple of such rides, by the way. Well, since we touched the topic of long-range combat, how about we take a dive into the user-made solutions found in the exhibition tab? Mandrake 48 Russ, aka Mandrake. Author, Zeus. Color, Snake. Today's Exhibit 1 is the Mandrake, a heavily armed transport christened after its weaponry. The Mandrake howitzer can fire across great distances like actual artillery, while the ride is safely away from the dangers of frontline combat. Well, while the gun's accuracy leaves much to be desired, its incendiary shots compensate well for that setback. When the Mandrake shot hits, it spills a flammable liquid that sets everything on fire. The ride also has a radar, not to fire blindly mind you, but the designer used the Carapace cabin that generates 11 points and added a generator for extra juice. This build allows for installation of the Mandrake and the Caucasus machine gun for self-defense at close range, which is a great combo. You see, the howitzer is awful at short range, not to mention it only having 6 shots of ammo, so this powerful machine gun has the right covered in this department. The Mandrake has over a 7,000 power score, so it will inevitably run into some very serious foes. but it has enough structure points to ride the storm, over 1,000 points actually. This craft is so effective, there's virtually nothing to improve, period. Twinkies 88, author Ajit Pash, color snake. This ride has a funny name, but its stats are anything but. The Twinkies is a flat buggy that has great grip on the road thanks to its twin wheels. The acceleration is so-so, but once it gets going, it goes fast. All thanks to its light engine and vibrant cabin by the Nomads. The icing on the cake here is 2 executioner cannons. They're mounted on the sides and spread the mass evenly, balancing the ride. But wait, there's also an ammo box that increases the total ammo reserve for the ride. Each cannon can be assigned a separate key to fire, so you can engage your foes with a single cannon or a full salvo. Using this technique, you will never be caught defenseless when driving the Twinkies. Executioners can also be used as a sniper weapon, especially versus larger and slow-moving targets. Well, as for the rest of the foes, you would need an optical sight, but there's no free energy to mount one on this particular build. 500 structure points and 4,500 power score is a tricky combo. Do not even try rushing headlong into battle, since the ride's weak armor will not protect you. The Twinkies is a fast and smooth ride, while its cannons can make quick work of smaller foes. With it, you just have to learn when to risk it, to win big. After any terrible catastrophe, there's always those kind of people that enjoy all the chaos. They don't care about human lives. They burn their own and take lives of others. The faster and louder they do it, the better they feel. Enter the Lunatics, one of the major factions of Crossout. They like all things loud, things that go boom, and things that go fast. They craft their shrapnel-loaded shotguns from old grenade launchers. They also make powerful rocket launchers and explosive spears. The Lunatics decorate their rides with spikes to scare their foes, and they love attacking from an ambush to quickly dispatch their surprised enemies. If that fails, they usually retreat and try again. Their leader is called Psycho Pete. Back in the old world, he was a small-time gangster. He was ruthless and fearless, but too unhinged to achieve any real influence. For many years after the chaos, he enjoyed the total freedom and lack of any law enforcement, doing whatever he wanted, sparing nobody in his path. A while later, he was in charge of a small band of raiders that followed him fanatically everywhere he went. Pete always rushed in first, but whatever happened, he always came out alive. Soon, some began saying that he was protected by magic, that no bullet or fire could touch him, that death will never claim his soul. Like the Locust, the Lunatics roam the waste sowing chaos and destruction. Their rides are super light buggies. Those rides cannot take a serious beating, but boy oh boy, they can dish it out plenty. The Lunatics prefer close-range combat to all other types of combat. They even got an initiation ritual in which you must blow up an enemy ride at an arm's length away and survive the ordeal. However, no lunatic has ever died from natural causes. They perish like flies, be it in a suicidal rush through the wastes or during one of their bloody tournaments. Whatever the reason, if there's battle to be had, they're taking the opportunity and the outcome. The Lunatics make some of the deadliest shotguns in the wastes, in addition to explosive spears and powerful augers. Their legendary combat combine is one of the deadliest tales of the wastes. But these crazies got their own backup plan. In the depths of their butchery, they make rocket launchers, and even better, upgraded version of the launcher is made at their frozen meat depot. Their most popular cabin is called Growl, and it's one of the lightest around, but generates only 9 points of energy. Such amount is enough for a deadly combine or a nice bundle of explosive spears. Not that a true lunatic needs anything else for that matter. You can join this faction at player level 10, work together in combat, attack as one, always have someone in support. Do not try tanking it out. These crafts made by lunatics are not designed for this kind of combat. The only winning tactic here is to hit hard as you can and retreat and regroup. This is risky business, but that is all about that risk for the lunatics. Okie dokie, let's see what questions you asked us this week. Cool Cube Gaming says, will single-player campaigns be in the future? We have several prototype models for single-player, and they might be added in the future. For now, though, we do not plan to make a fully fledged campaign. Tripticus5 says, do you have any plans on adding new factions into the game, with new weapons, modules, etc.? If that's the case, would you be interested in getting the community involved with designing said weapons and modules, or potentially entire factions with their themes? Actually, we plan to introduce a new faction soon. We are always open for suggestions from our players though. Many of the existing parts and weapons in the game are based on those suggestions. Wow, that's it, folks. I'll see you around in 1 week from now. Ever ready for more adventures in the world of Crossout. The best is yet to come. Don't forget to leave your questions in the comments and tell all your friends about this show. We're always glad to see new faces here. Bye-bye.